First, we're gonna discuss Cisco ISE licenses. But before going to discuss Cisco ISE licenses, we need to know that we can deploy Cisco ISE physically, which is Cisco SNS server. Okay, basically they are using Cisco UCS and rack server, same like this one, and you can deploy Cisco ISE virtually. Virtually, it can be VMware, it can be KVM, it can be Hyper-V, and so many other options are available. Also, you can deploy Cisco ISE standalone, means single, and also you can deploy them distributed. Distributed means high availability, redundancy, where one machine assumed to be primary and another one play role of secondary. So when one device down, the other will work. Why I'm telling you these? Because licenses are connected to these things. Like if you are using in virtual environment, you need extra license for that purpose. Physically, you don't need, because you are using Cisco appliance. But if you going to deploy virtually, let me show you. If I check this one, this license warning, so they say VM license usage. It means if you want to deploy them in VMware, you need extra license for that purpose. But if you are trying to deploy them physically, this rack server, then you don't need any license. Then why I'm telling you that you can deploy Cisco ISE standalone and distributed? Again, the license, how you can deploy license in standalone and how you can deploy license in distributed deployment. So we know we can deploy Cisco ISE physically, either virtually, and we can deploy Cisco ISE standalone or in distributed. Now coming to two type of licenses. One is smart licenses and the other one is traditional licenses. Let me show you. If I go to 2.7, this one is 2.7. If I go to server information, so this Cisco ISE I'm using is 2.7. While I already opened another one which is version 3, the latest one which Cisco introduced, Cisco ISE 3. So that I can show you the licenses. So let me go first to 2.7 administration and licenses. So you see they say that right now I'm using traditional licenses, is currently in use, but you can switch over to Cisco smart licenses as well. So there are two type of license. Now what is the difference? Smart licenses, basically you can watch, you can see, you can monitor your license consumption easily and efficiently from single place, from a centralized database. You can check, you can maintain, which is called Cisco Smart Software Manager. And if I log into my account, so right now this one is the traditional one. Okay, if I go back, if I can show you the smart licenses, it's basically company on them. So this Smart Software Manager, track and manage your licenses, convert traditional licenses to smart licenses. When you go to softwarecisco.com and licenses, when you type, you can log in through your company email and you can see traditional licenses and you can see smart licenses. From single place you can manage your all licenses. Okay, let me go to traditional one, because we will use traditional. I have permission to use traditional one to generate pack code, product authorization key, but I don't have the smart one yet. Okay, so these are the two type. So from single place you can manage and you can maintain and you can check your consumption of licenses. Is called smart licenses. Nowadays every Cisco product is used smart licenses concept. So this smart licenses contain all the information about the license which you purchase and deploy and how many of them you use. So this is called smart licenses. You can log into your licenses portal where you can see all your devices detail, their licenses, their consumption. Another one is traditional license. Traditional license, what you will do, you will purchase and import individual license to your individual device. For every feature you need a traditional license and you can import them. And you need to watch them here. If I log into 2.7, so I can see I have base license, I have plus license, and I have FX license. And these are the consumption. Exceeded if it is read and license. And these are the licenses detail. So I need to watch separately, not from centralized location, traditional licenses. And you need to import them individually. Here and smart licenses you just need to put the detail and that's it. Your device will be connected to your traditional license, smart licenses, and you will get everything. But traditional license, these are traditional. Now right now in 2.7 I'm using traditional license. So you need to click this import license and you need to choose the file and you need to import the file, and that's it, and your license will be displayed here. I will show you a bit later. And you can use these details to generate the license. Product identifier which is called PID, version identifier VID, and serial number. You will need these three things for license purpose. Anyway, we will come to this point. So this is called traditional license. For each and everything right now we have 3 licenses. Traditional one, base, plus, and FX. And if you need, you can import new ones. Suppose if these are expired. So you need to maintain each and everything in traditional way. Okay, done. So these are the 2 choice of licenses for Cisco ISE. And I show you from here. Now coming to licenses, as I told you, virtually you need extra license. If I click in 2.7 and click this license warning, so let me show you. They need to show me the license error. Just let me refresh to show you the license error. There will be VM license as well, because I am using this virtually. So if you are using Cisco ISE virtually, you need one extra license, VM license. Okay, so let me click here now. Here is. So beside base license, plus license, FX license, device admin license, we need VM license as well. Okay, this is clear, this point. We need one extra license if we are using virtually Cisco ISE. And if we are using physical appliance, then no need of this license. Okay. Now license is coming in 3 size. And you can say flavor. Small, which require 12 CPU and 16 GB RAM. Medium, which require 16 CPU and 64 GB RAM. And large, 16 CPU and 256 GB RAM. as I told you, if you are using Cisco hardware appliance, then you don't need the license, the extra license which I am talking about, this VM license. And these are the three flavor: small, medium and large. Okay, now coming to the licenses, how many licenses we need and for which purpose. One of them is base license. You know, when I check here is base license. Base license is expire. By default you will get 90-day licenses, 90-day free for 100 sensor, for 100 devices to use them. You see, I say 100. So I'm here in administration and licenses and 2.7, and it's showing me that you are using traditional licenses, and licenses is for wireless enable, VPN enable, wire enable and device admin enable. And they say that right now you are using base license, plus license and FX license, and these are here for quantity 100. Device admin is per device, so it's say 1, and the term is 90 days. As I told you, by default you will get 90-day free license for test and whatever you like. Then you can import the license. I will show you how to import the license. So the first one is base license. So this license is not a subscription base. It's full-time license, all the time, lifetime license, you can say, base license. Second is plus. It's a subscription for 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, etc. FX is also subscription based for 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, for how many year you need. Then there is mobility one as well, for 1, 3, 5 years you can buy, and mobility upgrade again for 1, 3 or 5 year. And device administration is also not subscription based, it's a permanent based license. And evaluation license, as I told you, is temporary for 90 days. Every Cisco ISE is by default this 90 days. The one which I am using is also 90 days one. You can see term is 90 days. I use 1 day, so it's say 89. Okay. So these are the licenses. These are the main licenses. There can be many combination of these as well. We will discuss, but these are the functionality which cover every license. Basic network access like AAA and .1x. So suppose if I connect .1x, so it will consume 1 license from base license. Right now 0 consume. Right now I'm not using. So when I disconnect, it will again be 100, which they give me. In your case, if it is more, then it will show you that one. So if you are using .1x or AAA, so it will consume the basic license and it will be deducted 1, 2, 3. It will show you that how many are base licenses you use. Right now they give me 100. So if I'm using more than 100, so it will give me an error and they will say exceeded. It means you need extra license. So that's the base license. Like for guest management, link encryption, TrustSec, we will discuss all these things. And for application programming interface, you need this base license. Plus license if you need bring your own devices. If you are using BYOD, so then you need to tell to the company that you need a plus license if you are using endpoint protection services. If you need profiling and feed services, again you need a plus license. You need to know this. Suppose if company are not using bring your own devices, profiling and Cisco PX grade or endpoint protection, then they don't need plus license. Then FX. FX is for mobile device management, MDM, and posturing. So if they want to use posturing in their organization, then you need to tell them that you need a FX license as well for 1 year, 3 year, 5 year. And if they need, also as I told you, mobility is the combination of base plus and FX. This is for wireless and VPN endpoint. If they are using, then you need to tell them that you need a mobility license as well. Then mobility upgrade, provide wire support to mobility license. And if they are using Cisco ISE for device administration, for TechX, again they need one extra license. And that's why we have this one, device administration is enabled. And we need a license, so device admin license is there. You see, we have base license, we have plus, we have FX, and we have device administration. It means I can enable device administration and I can use TechX in this Cisco ISE. If I don't have device administration license, then I cannot. So you need to ask the company in the requirement phase that what you need and for which purpose you want to use Cisco ISE. Then you need to tell them which license you need. And the last one is evaluation license. Is fully functional for 100 endpoint, and the one which I am using right now for 100 endpoint, so that you can test Cisco ISE in your lab and your environment. Either the company need, maybe they need that I need to test Cisco ISE before buy, so you can use this free license, evaluation license for 90 days and tell them to use them, and then they can decide to buy or not. So these are the licenses. So these are, as I told you, FX and plus, base and evaluation license, and then device admin license. And then I told you about virtual machine. If you are going to deploy Cisco ISE in virtual, then you need one extra license. And if you are using Cisco ISE appliance, then it's okay. And then I told you about device administration, then evaluation one, and about the base licenses. Again, I written here base licenses for AAA, TrustSec, .1x and guest services. Plus license required for profiling, bring your own device with certificate, PX grade, ANC and MSE. And if you want posture, then you need FX license. Posture, MDM, TCNAC and any connect. If you want to use these technology, then you need FX license of Cisco ISE. And if you want to use device administration, then you need TechX suppose. Then you need device admin license. And if you want to deploy Cisco ISE in virtual environment, then you need VM license per node. So this one is extra if you are using virtually. If you are using physically, then no need of this one. Then license activation, how we can activate the license in Cisco ISE. So normally we upload license to primary because you haven't done yet the deployment. But if you have an individually standalone device, then just import the license and that's it. But if you are using a distributed environment, then you just need to put the license in primary policy administration node, and it will be propagate to other Cisco ISE node and cluster automatically. So you don't need to put the license and distributed environment in every single device. So we know this one, that the license can be put in standalone device, and also it can be in distributed one only in one device, and it will propagate to the other devices automatically. Okay, so now we know this the thing how we can do. For license, you need some information. Product identifier, normally they will ask you PID. Version identifier, they will ask you VID of the device, and serial number SN. These three things need to be ready for license if you want to buy a license for a device. Product identifier, version identifier, and serial number. Where we can get these information? You just need to log in your Cisco ISE, go to licenses and go down. These details can be found here. Product identifier, version identifier, and serial number. These three things you need to generate a license. So let me copy these. Either leave it like this. But if you are using Cisco ISE version 3, again what I can do, click on this one and go to administration, and then we need to go to system and licenses. Okay, there is some issue in my licenses, unable to load licenses. Okay, let me refresh. It has to be, so just give me a minute to log in again. So in version 2.7 you need to go to licenses page and you can get these details. If you want to apply a license after 90 days, maybe they don't want to use 90-day licenses, so you can select and you can delete this license from here, and you can import the actual license when they buy. So how you can buy the license? You need these information, this device information. Yeah, it's come up now. So in version 3, because this one is version 3, in version 3 you will get this detail on the top. It's a product identifier, version identifier, and serial number. But in 2.7 is in bottom here. Okay, so we need this information in version 3 and version 2.7 from Cisco ISE. Now after that you need to go to this cisco.com go licenses. This is the page where you can put these details to get the license. So let me go there. Okay, and get started with smart license. I need to log in. Okay, and I need to go to traditional licenses. Let me log into my licenses. Okay, and I need to put these details, the one which is mentioned here. Okay, and let me log in here. By the way, what was let me see if it is this my password. Let me put my password to log in. Okay, yeah, now I'm here. Okay, you can do it from here, but anyway, let me go there. So let me get a license. So let me generate the demo one. Okay, and let me generate the one which I need is security product. It's coming under secure. It's better to search them. ISE, sorry, it's cut up. So demo, and it's better ISE, either identity service engine. So that's the license I need. Click next. You see it's asking primary product ID. So let me go to product ID. Let me copy this one. That's why I told you you need this one. And let me go back. So that's the ID. Next thing is they require primary version ID. Primary version ID. So this the primary version ID. Let me copy this one and let's go back. Next thing they need primary serial number. So this the serial number of the device. Okay, let me put the serial number, and then secondary product ID, secondary version we don't need. And right now I'm just showing you how to do it. Otherwise this the demo one I'm doing. So I say that advanced 90-day license I need, either the base one. So let me show you the base one, 90-day for 100 endpoints. So let me choose just for test purpose and click next. Okay, so this the quantity they will generate, and also they will email you on your company email. Okay, and this the detail. Okay, and let me submit. Okay, so I will get this license on my email. Okay, and I can download as well from here. So let me download, and this the license I download, and let me go to this where I download this one. So let me go to this license file and unzip them. Here is, okay, and inside we have this LIC license file. So download, and this the license location. So now what I need to do, I need to come to administration licenses, and here is import license. Click here, choose a file, and I just download one. Yeah, this one, and this the license file. Click on that one and import. So this is the way how you can import license to your device when you buy properly. The one which I done it is for evaluation one, just to show you, but your one will be for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 year, whatever the company requirement is. Okay, so let's see now. It will import and it will show you the license there. Okay, and let me close this license file here, and now let's see. Yeah, so it's imported, and you see now evaluation license. No, sorry, I import this one, the top one. So it's 100 quantity, it's in term base, and I just activated today. It's 90 day. The one which I'm using is 1 day less, 89 day, because I activated this yesterday and this one today. So that's why it's showing 90 days. This is the term, and quantity is 100, and just I import this one. The same way you need to import the plus license, FX license, and device admin license when you buy, this way. And then you need to select this one and delete the evaluation licenses when you get the proper license, the one which I just import. In such way you need to import the actual license. So you get the idea. It means how, which thing you need to generate the license, and how you can import the license. So let's go back. So this is the license detail, how you can do it, the license. I click on import. Okay, then I choose the file, and the license is being imported. Okay, now coming to licenses and version 3. What Cisco done, as I told you, there are two type of licenses, whereas a smart licenses and traditional licenses. Beside this one, what Cisco done, they change this concept, base plus FX device admin license concept, where in version 3 and Cisco ISE version 3 they change the name of the licenses. And also in version 3, ISE licenses are only smart licenses only, but they also change the name. That's the thing. So in old model, if I go there, there is a base license, there is a plus license, there is FX license, there is device admin license. We discuss all these, and I will show you in more detail. But before going to that one, what Cisco done in Cisco ISE version 3, they changed the name. In old model, we have base license, plus license, FX license, base plus license, and base license. But in new model, Cisco call base license Premier, base plus license Advantage, and the base license is Essential license. So base become Essential, base plus become Advantage, and base plus FX become Premier. Let me show you. So let me log into ISE version 3. Let me show you again. I am in version 3 now. You see this ISE version 3. And if I go look at now, Essential, Advantage, and Premier, and Device Admin is okay. That is the same concept. So they changed the naming. So don't confuse. End of the day is similar and same thing. If I go back, so base become Essential, plus become Advantage, and FX become Premier. You can convert them as well. Migrate from old license to new licenses as well. Don't worry. But end of the day, these are the old licenses. Base plus and FX become now Essential, Advantage, and Premier. And I show you in the new Cisco ISE version 3. So these are the details. Cisco Identity Service Engine, base license, plus license, FX license, device admin, and virtual license. The new one become Essential license, Advantage license, Premier license, and device admin and VM license are similar concept and new thing. Now let's discuss quickly base license. So as I told you, base license is very important. It's like a license is like a car without wheel. So base license is required. It is compulsory and mandatory. You need to have a base license. It is important. And we can use this license for AZ Connect, .1x, bring your own devices without ISE certificate for guest access. And I also written the most important thing, features which require base license. Wire, wireless, VPN access control, basic Redis authentication authorization, .1x, MAB authentication bypass, web authentication, guest services, guest porter, sponsor services, security, etc. tagging, passive ID, which is AZ Connect, require base licenses. Plus license is required if you are using device profiling, access the profile feed services to download, device registration onboarding with certificate, PX grade, context sharing, location based access control integration, and so many other things. Then you need a plus license. And FX license if you want to use device posturing, mobile device management integration, and all these steps, then you require FX license. And device administration, I already told you, device admin, if you want to use TechX feature to to control, to manage your devices like a router, switches, Nexus switches, firewall from one location, to give administrator support, operator, and all those category to create to manage the devices, then you need device admin license. And then I told you that a new Cisco version 3 they changed the name. Essential, Advantage, Premier, and device admin and VM are the same thing, and these are the alternative. Base is called now Essential, base plus is required Advantage, and base plus FX now called Premier. And I show you from this GUI as well. And version 3, Essential, Advantage, Premier, and device admin. That's it.